Hello. My name is Jonathan Zeigen, and my mother, Vivian Silver, didn't survive the massacre of Kibbutz Be'eri. I was with her on the phone till the end. The feeling of shock and helplessness will stay with me forever. The pain is immense. The void she left by her violent demise is an open wound for me and for my kids who still talk about her constantly. But I refuse to relate to her death as only a personal tragedy. Part of what makes our bereavement so intolerable is the fact that it was avoidable. It wasn't fate. It's part of a context of a toxic political construct that is chosen for us by our leaders, or politicians. Can't call them leaders. Standing here is pretty surreal, demanding peace so many miles away from the war. One might say that this is a moot gesture, that the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is an internal matter. They would be wrong. Around 1,000 Israeli civilians killed or held hostage, including babies, is not an internal matter. Over 40,000 Palestinians killed, most of them civilians, including babies, is not an internal matter. Both sides being displaced by the hundreds of thousands, detainees or hostages suffering from systematic abuse is not internal. We're standing here not just as concerned Jews or Palestinians. We're standing here in the United States because the international community, led by America, have actively enabled the status quo before October 7th and are actively sponsoring the war since. We're standing here because in order for us to be able to stop paying the ultimate price of loss and to start living sustainable lives in the Middle East, we need the international community to stop fueling our wars and to start fostering the prospect of peace. Palestinians will be free, Israelis will be secure, everybody from the river to the sea will enjoy equal human rights only when we bring down the occupation, end the conflict, and achieve a lasting peace. This is not an internal matter. Keep standing here until the administration heeds our call. Thank you for being here.
Hi everyone, thank you for having us today to share with you and to talk to you about our stories, about our organization. Maybe our organization, like this, okay. So thank you, my name is Leila. Maybe our organization is the most unique organization in the whole world because we didn't seek for a new member. Because to be a new member, that meant that you lost one of your beloved ones. I lost my son. He was just 6 months old. His name was Qusay. That night, the Israeli soldiers came to my village and they threw tear gas. Because of that, he became so sick. And when we tried to take him to a hospital, they even stopped us more than 5 hours and prevented us from going to a hospital. At the end of that day, he died. I didn't think to take revenge, because revenge will never bring my son back, and it will bring another innocent people to this cycle of violence. But it took me 16 years until I realized what I want to do, and I become member in the parent circle. And I start to give lecture inside Israel, Palestine, travel around the world to spread the message of peace and reconciliation. And I thought I meant everything right, and this is it, and everything will be good until one day. We've been in Jerusalem with other NGOs, and after we spoke about our stories, there's an Israeli man whose name is Chen Alon who stand and he started to talk about his story. I know him before. but that was the first time I listened to his story. Then he mentioned that he was a high officer in the army and he served in my area. And then he said that he prevented a Palestinian car which have sick children from going to a hospital. Then it's become so hard for me. In my whole life, I didn't think that I will meet one of those soldiers, and to be him, one of those, that was so hard. First minute, I didn't know what to do, but then we started to talk about that, and he mentioned that this is so important for him to talk to me about this. And then he said that his son, after time, become sick, and when he tried to take him to a hospital, the guard stopped him because he wanted to ask him a few questions, and he said, at that moment, just I realized what I did to the Palestinian. He quit from the army, he jailed because he refused to serve again. And I look at him and I said, look, Khen, this is so hard for me to listen to you, but at the same time, I want to thank you, because if I know that part of your story was there and you didn't tell me, I will never forgive you. But because you have that courage and that honesty to speak in front of me, I will forgive you. And because I know that you start to establish your organization called Compassion for Peace and start to work on the ground to end occupation. And this is another reason I will forgive you. And then I realized this is the real reconciliation. It's so easy to speak about peace and love, but sometimes you ask yourself if you really mean it, or if you mean every word you say. In that day, I realized I meant every word, I meant everything I did, because we believe every soul is so precious, and God created us to live and to love each other, not to kill each other without no mercy. And by the way, Vivian Silver, Jonathan's mother, she's one of my best friends. And we thought that she's a hostage and she will return one day. And when we know that she was killed, that was a big shock for all of us. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm so grateful to look around me and see all of you and to hear that you've been coming here ever since the war began. For me, October the 7th, my reaction was very similar to when my son was killed. I wanted to change the world overnight. I wanted to stop the polarization. I wanted to stop the importation of our conflict into other countries. What for? Why are you importing our conflict? What would you gain from that? There are the most extraordinary NGOs working on the ground in Israel and in Palestine to stop the occupation, to stop the war, to end this madness. And where you can really help is by find the NGO that speaks to you the most and really support them. We fucking need your help on the ground. This is not enough to stand here. It's wonderful, but it's not helping, not Lila and not me. We need your voices as much as possible. I can't tell you how incredible the reaction of Americans was to this war. We got people from all over America asking us to come and talk, to bring some hope, because hope is a very important equation in the peace. Without hope, there's no peace. And so we had no idea what to do. And if the World Bank needs to ask me to come and talk because the Jews are not talking to the Muslims, that's pretty pathetic, right? So we have created a program for all of the Americans, and I wish you would take it with you, and I hope you will come to some of the events that we have. This program is called Listening from the Heart. We try to teach people to listen to others, even if they don't agree, but to listen with empathy. And so we have created an online program together with Georgetown University. It's very important. I hope that you will take the time to really look at this. It's dialogue meetings with Israelis and Palestinians from our group. It's a way to be able to talk to people who don't agree with you. Thank you so much for coming and for caring.
Hi, how are you all? My name is Arab. I came from Palestine. I was born in East Jerusalem, and I lost my sister Abir in 2007, and she was only 10 years old, and in that time I was 13, and Abir, she's not only my third sister, but also she was my second mother. And I joined the Parents Circle in 2014, which is 7 years after my sister's death. And since that day until today, I'm doing what I'm doing to end the occupation and to say that behind every Palestinian and Israeli, there is a human being. And our problem that we don't know each other, we just know one face of each other. And I want to say again, that we need your voice, we need your support, and we need you. I want to say something. I lost my sister in 2007, and in that time, I wasn't know there is a human being the other side, and I wanted to take revenge and to kill all the Israelis around the world because I thought they killed my sister. And after 7 years of that, when I start to meet Israelis from the other side, the enemies became families and friends. So TTT, things take time, but we must talk to each other, Palestinians and Israelis. And as you said, there is no winner in the war. And it has been proven that the only way that we can feel and smell the peace, which is freedom for Palestine, and also security for Israel. And I want to say, we must all be, or from the river to the sea, we all must be free. Thank you so much.
Hello, I am Michal. I am Laor's. Okay. My name is Michal. I'm the mother of Laor Abramov. Laor is my only child, and I have lost him on October 7th last year. He was at the festival. And the reason I am standing here against all my nature is to show the world that war is not the answer. My personal world ended on October last year. There is no way to recover from what had happened to us. I raised my boy on love. I raised my boy to be a gentle, loving person. This is who he was. This is what he did. And he went out to dance and celebrate life and peace with his friends. And was killed for nothing that he did wrong. I want to thank the people here who are coming here every week and the people that are doing all they can in many ways. I wish that more people would get out of their houses and out of their comfort zones and do more. If I could, I would. And this is my way of saying there are more hostages. There are 101 hostages, Israeli hostages, right now being held in terrible, terrible, terrible conditions. And that's the most important thing, is to save their lives so that their parents won't end up like me, because our world has ended. I'm standing here in this city where life continues, but my life and my son's life can't continue. And there are living people in terrible, terrible, terrible conditions. The hostages, they need to be brought back home, and it's not a political statement. It has nothing to do with politics. It's human rights. It's a mother's right to see her child, especially the ones who are living. And it's a mother's right on the other side of the fence in Gaza to raise her children and know that they are safe and not bombed for just riding their bike, or, I don't know, just going out and bringing food to their hungry neighbor. So this is most important. This is more important than anything else. We need to put everything aside and just choose to see the living people and give them hope. Give hope for the children of this world. I have no future to think of. My child is already gone. But I beg of you, do anything that you can to save this world. War is definitely not the answer. Thank you.
It's really hard to do any chanting after that, but we still feel like we need to bring the statement into space. So we're going to give everyone 15 seconds. And, you know. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do. First of all, a few announcements. Next week, we're going to have Hamza Awade, a longtime peace activist from Ramallah. We're honored to have him speak before us as part of this gathering. And the following Monday, on the 23rd, there will be a more extensive talk that we're helping organize with Hamza Awade at CBE in Brooklyn. So please sign up, please come. The details are in our silent group chat, and you can also find them on our Instagram, Israelis for Peace. And the same week, oh shit, there are so many things happening. And very sadly, during the same week, Netanyahu is coming to speak in front of the UN. So he'll be speaking on the 27th, but since they changed the speech date, there is a very extensive protest of a very broad coalition of mostly Jewish organizations, which is going to be on the 26th at 5 p.m. Right opposite the UN, so please come join us for that. And we know there'll be several other protests during the city, during his few days here, so please hound him everywhere he goes. Okay, and then the following Sunday, September 29th, we're going to have Ahmed Fuad al-Khatib come and speak to us here. And then The following Sunday after that is October 6th. So we will not be having this regular gathering on October 6th, but we would invite you all to join us on October 7th in this spot at 6 p.m. We are going to do something more like a vigil for those of you who were with us for our very first couple of when we were near the Brooklyn Museum. It will be in that style, honoring all the dead on October 7th and 6th and since. So please come and join us for that. And we'd like to finish off, usually we collect as a group and we do a big group shot while chanting. So let's try and do that. And our director says,
he's going to show us where to send. We're going to.
Can everyone scooch in here?
With your signs. Grab your signs. We want all of them in the picture.
Also, does someone want to take the banners?
More that away from the banner. Like everybody kind of like nice and close, 2 or 3 rows.
So anyone who wants to be in the picture, now is the time. And scooch together so everyone actually fits in the picture. We're going to do some more chanting. Ceasefire now! 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 There is no military solution! There is no military solution! is still going. And on October 6th, instead of being here, come on October 7th, that's a Monday at 6 p.m. You can join our quiet WhatsApp group If you're not part of the WhatsApp group and want to get announcements about the next event, please join the group. Thank you.
Hopefully next time maybe we'll go
Was he supposed to be out this year? But being that he did